Well, one of the things I want to talk about, you mentioned, is
Mhm.
Ryan Day. And I know I sat here on this very show
Give him his
and
flowers, damn it.
advocated for him to be fired after losing to Michigan.
Let me hear it.
And he did something I did not think was possible, quite frankly. He turned this team
Mhm.
around, he kicked their ass into gear, and this team rallied around him and won a
Yeah.
national championship. And by doing that, he's guaranteed his job for 3-4 years at least. Now we still got a Michigan problem. Like I think they'll be able to do that next year. But he again, I didn't think it was possible for him to be able to rally the troops in a way, not just to win these games, but to win these games convincingly and in a dominant fashion. I didn't see that out of this team, despite the fact that they had been expected to do that all year. And for
Mhm.
Day to do that was incredibly impressive. Um, Ohio State has their man, at head coach here for quite a while. And quite frankly, even though I advocated for him to be fired after the Michigan game, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for the man because he went through a lot. He went through a lot that was undeserved. I mean, people posting his address, threatening his kids, him, but that's ridiculous. And for him to be able to come out on top, it's well worth it. And by all accounts, I mean, everyone raves about how good of a dude he is, how nice of a
Mhm.
guy he is, how much his players love him. So it is good to see him have this redemption and being on top. So you know that's what I got to say about him. That it may not have been the right call to go ahead and advocate for his firing right after the game. Now, if they would have lost to Tennessee, different story, but they didn't. He turned things around,
Mhm.
and hopefully, like I said, we get that Michigan thing taken care of next year.
For someone like me, this is where I take great joy in relishing in some things that I said months back, after the Michigan loss. And I knew that staying holding my guy Ryan Day's hand through the fire would come. It would the fruits of my labor would show. And while for all you naysayers, and you too, Ryan, for all you naysayers of Ryan Day who wanted him gone, I told you guys you're being much too emotional about him. And it's not because the Michigan thing isn't a big thing. It's a big thing. Like I posted this yesterday. I say, this championship game gave him maybe 3 to 4, gave him probably 4 more years until he has to win another one. That allows you 3 to 4 years to focus your ass in on this game now.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I saw this coming. I knew this was gonna happen. 4 years. Look, was it three? Yeah, 3 years ago, I gave him a 4 year window. I said he's gonna get it done, or at least has to get it done in this window, and he went and got it done a year in advance. And I feel like I always brought this up, but for some odd reason, Ohio State fans think just because you're the coach at Ohio State, it doesn't matter who we have here. Anyone can coach this team, just like a Luke Fickle. Anyone can coach this team. So when Ryan Day comes out as a first year head coach, and he takes the worst defense in Ohio State modern day history, and creates it, turns it, fires fires guys left and right, creates the best defense in the nation, probably the best defense in Ohio State history. And now what he's done is he's gone and created the second best defense in great Ohio State's history, in my opinion. I don't think it's close. These are almost the same numbers as last year's Michigan team and the 2021 Georgia team. Ryan Day has, and yes, they have 2 losses and have a really bad one. That goes without saying. But every city in this isn't the same. Ryan Day put together 2 of the best teams in Ohio State history. That's fact. That's fact.
so
Because,
I'm with
because, because 2019 is the best Ohio State team in history. It is. That team would beat any Ohio State team we've ever had.
that 2019 team is the best team I've ever seen.
I,
In
I
my lifetime. And it's a damn shame that referees decided to rob
mhm.
them of a shot to play for
that
a
wasn't
national
even
championship.
that game wasn't even on Ryan Day.
No, no, it was other
dude,
referees and
in a
JK getting hurt.
dude, in a perfect world, could you imagine in the perfect world, the conversation we could be having around Ryan Day right now if everything went perfect?
Well, that's the thing with college football. Not even
I mean, no, hold. Take away the 22 year. No, take away the 20 year.
I say he made the title in 20.
Take away the 21 year and take away the 22 year. He could have won that title last year. He could have. I think they were the second best team in the nation. In 2019, man, I don't care what anyone says about that LSU team.
2019 pisses me off.
I don't care what anyone says. So I mean, it's just I'm happy he's the head coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes. I think we're blessed to have him. Again, I'm happy, Ryan, that you completed something that I knew you could do. And even though the lunatic fringe didn't believe in you, brother, you have a friend in me.
Hey, us lunatic fringe are the reason that Ohio State won the Natty, man. We put the fear of God in.
That's in his kids, maybe not him. I'm just, and I'm not gonna lie to you, Ryan. There's part of me that takes some vindication out of this. I mean, you and the few months we've been here together talking, I think it's very easy to see that Garrison Gaddy loves Ryan Day. Yeah. I think it's very easy to say, like, my guy Joke on Bucks, he just joke with me around it, saying I hold his hand. And yes, I do. But damn it. Dude, we're the only program to have 3 straight coaches with head coaches with a national championship. Well, no one's ever done that.
Here's a list of Ohio State national championship coaches. It's Paul Brown, Jim Tressel, Woody Hayes, Urban Meyer, and Ryan Day.
Ryan Day.
It's a pretty damn good list to be on if you're Ryan Day. So,
that John Cooper conversation out the window.
Out the window. All the flowers. He was what he did with this 4-run team. Like I said, I did not think that was possible.
Yeah,
he deserves all of the credit and then some. To go through the hell that he did and come around on the other side holding that golden trophy is, quite frankly, unbelievable. Mm-hmm. And as an Ohio State fan, I'm ecstatic that it was able to happen.
I have some. No, I'm sorry. Keep going.
No, I go ahead.
I got some narratives.
He was able to do that.
It's amazing. I mean, first championship, and yet they lost to Michigan, and I think that says a lot. I think it says a lot that you're able to pick your team up after that loss. Now it's time for some possibly hyperbolic narratives Garrison has.
Okay, I'm excited for these.
Now I've always. We'll start with Ryan Day. Ryan Day can now be considered an all-time great. 70 and 10, third all-time win percentage for coaches over 50 games. Championship.
I think once he beats Michigan with the team that's his own, I think you can write that in Sharpie. You can nail that to the wall. Because the wins he has, 2019, Urban's guys. That's it. That's his only win. And it was with when people say Urban's guys, I don't give that some badge of honor. I don't think. I mean, those guys were top 5 picks in the NFL.
Those guys are trash. Those guys were trash on defense here before Ryan Day came there.
Look, Chase Young's the best Ohio State football player.
They gave up. I looked at this yesterday, Ryan. They gave up 160 yards a game on the ground.
Yeah, in 2018, the defense was not great. That's why they ended up having to fire.
It wasn't average.
Sure. But again, once he's able to beat Michigan, and I actually think this run has proven to me that he can do that because once him and Kelly started actually play calling games aggressively, then they couldn't be stopped. And I think that's a lesson he's going to learn. And early in his head coaching career, when he was calling plays, there were times where I thought he might have been too aggressive on certain things. But I think he's now found a healthy balance with the weapons that the team has. Where, hey, I can be more aggressive through the air because I've got this guy in Jeremiah Smith who can catch anything. Emeka Egbuka's been around. He's reliable. This fifth-year senior quarterback, Will Howard, is not going to make stupid decisions on the game's brightest stage. So I think I think as a coach, he's developed into someone that knows who to trust and when to trust. And I think that's going to help him next year in the game against Michigan. And I think he's going to be able to finally kind of get that monkey off his back. And then once that happens, I do think you can stamp him as an all-time great.